Grand. So welcome. It's probably Amanda coming in now, so it's absolutely fine. Right, so what we're going to do is get straight in. We're going to work through some sun salutations to start with, and then I've got a little bit of core focus, and then I've got a standing flow and a wee bit of a challenge. So but it's a good challenge. Well, I've got two challenges for you, so we'll see where we go. Let's come to the top of the mat. And if you've got your water handy, then that's grand. You're okay. I've put the chairs away, so brilliant. So just take a moment just to connect with the breath. You might just want to just shake out a little bit, jiggle, whatever you need to do. I'm on the wobbly floorboard. Always adds to the interest. And just allow yourself, maybe let's just draw the shoulders up all the way and just give the shoulders a little bit of a rotation, maybe swing the arms, just allow yourself just some movement, some free movement. And then come to
well, I can't see.
Just allow your feet just to connect with the mat. Allow the shoulders to gently relax. Maybe for a moment, take the gaze just inward, soften the eyes. And just be aware of that breath, really conscious of the inhale and the exhale. Bringing the eyes, the gaze outward. We're going to inhale, lift all the way to the sky. Exhale, bending the knees, really folding to allow yourself to draw into a fold. Arms to airplane, to flat back, inhaling. Exhaling into a fold. And then ragdoll, so push into the feet, soften the knees, and allow yourself just to draw yourself all the way up. Inhaling all the way, lift to the sky. Exhaling, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, fold. Really bending the knees. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold as we take another inhale, just that fluid movement. Exhale, hands to the heart. We're going to step the left foot behind us just to the edge of the right mat. Takes just a stretch into the hip. Inhale, lift the hands up high. And then take the right hand to the left wrist and just gently bend away. So you're bending towards the right-hand side of the mat. Step all the way forwards. Hands can still rise up in the air. Right foot comes all the way back. And then left hand to right wrist and bend to the left-hand side, or whatever side suits you. All the way back to center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, leave the right foot at the top of the mat, come to runner's lunge. And then just take a shuffle here, back and forwards. And then we're going to drop that back knee down, just untuck that back foot. Allow yourself to roll. Now you can roll, so you roll onto the heel. Or if it's comfy on your knee, you can just roll all the way to get a stretch through the back of the leg. So it's whatever's comfy for you. And some people don't like this, okay? That's perfectly fine just to stay up the way. All the way, runner's lunge, all the way. Take a little plank. Didn't see Chrissy, there we are. Chrissy, if you just pop yourself on mute, apologies. There we are. Sorry, I hadn't spotted that, Katrina. Perfect. Oh, That's still not on mute, Chrissy. Sorry, everyone's holding a plank in here. That's hilarious. That's brilliant. Right, I'll give you Chrissy's address, it's fine. And then vinyasa all the way down. Oh, that was brilliant. There we are. And then all the way into downward facing dog. It's power yoga. What are you complaining about? We're going to anchor the right foot, lift the left to the sky, and then bring it all the way forwards into that runner's lunge. Take a moment back and forwards, runner's lunge. So just allow a little back and forwards, and then draw that back knee down and allow yourself to roll back into that half monkey split. Again, you can soften if you want to, if the knee allows you to gently soften into a stretch by just extending that leg. All the way forwards, back to that plank. Promise I won't hold it. But what we will do is we'll just go down to forearm. You can always take your knees down into forearm plank. Just take a moment here, warming up. Maybe a hip dip to the right and then to the left. And then allow yourself to come all the way to the mat. Stretch the toes out. Walk into an Egyptian lion pose, or rather kind of shuggle into an Egyptian lion pose. And just take a moment just to lift and just allow that back to find its natural curve. And then all the way down, we're going to push up to Bhujangasana. So bring the hands just behind you slightly, elbows gently tucked in, and then draw yourself up to Bhujangasana. Just take a little gaze to the left and a little gaze to the right. All the way back. Tuck our way all the way up, and we're going to come to boat pose right at the beginning. Fire the core up. So again, your choice. Hands can come behind the legs if you want to for support of the lower back. Okay. Hi, Amanda. That's it. Just tuck yourself in. Allow yourself a moment here. And then you might wish to take a fuller boat pose. Or you might wish to just keep, and you can have hands on the ground as well if the lower back's just complaining. You can take a little toe tap. We're just going to wake our core up. So any variation you want, maybe low boat to high boat, dropping and lifting. Just playing. I know I've got a few more layers on than normal because it was freezing today, warming up quickly. And then just take a moment. Now we're going to come to our backs. And what we're going to do, we're going to play with a little bit of a core exercise. So what I want you to make sure is the back is flat, and we're going to raise our hands to the air. So this is dead bug. The way that I think might work for folks. So draw the knees towards you, shins to the parallel to the ceiling, and then fingertips towards the sky. Now, what we're going to do in the first time is we're going to hover. So if you feel the back peeling up, so you get an arch, just bring the knees a little closer to you. Opposites, so right and left, are going to hover, so extend them out. And then draw back in. Opposite side, slowly. So you're bringing the fingertips to point at the ceiling. It seems to be one way in which I can remember which is right and left. So we're just hovering here. Back and forwards, really slowly. Always bring knees into the chest if you need to take a moment with this. And we're going to change this slightly. We're going to still keep the opposite arms, but what we're now going to do is we're going to allow the heel and the back of the hand touch, you get a different type of stretch all the way through, side to side. Lift back up. Allow yourself to stretch. Lifting back up. So you've got 2 different variations here. Just work with the breath. Just allow yourself to inhale and exhale. And then we're going to just change this about a bit again. So just take a moment, bring knees into the chest and just allow yourself a little moment here. And then hands are going to come out to the side of the body. And you're just going to allow yourself a little support with the back on the mat again, so knees towards you. Now we're going to press one toe towards the mat, really slowly. If that back is lifting at all, bring the knees slightly closer towards you. So if it's arching, just bring the knees and that will just settle the spine onto the mat. So we're just toe tapping. So concentration in the room. And from toe tapping, working our little core here, we're now going to change from toe tapping to heel tapping. Different set of muscles start to engage. You can do this slowly as well. Again, just watch that lower back. Keep it engaged with the mat. And then we're going to hold the shins to the sky. So knees again. So just allow that back still to remain in contact with the mat. We're going to raise the arms. Any shoulder issues, just be careful with this. We're going to raise the arms all the way, back of the hands behind us, so they hover. We're going to just allow them to come out to the sides, watch any radiators or bottles or anything, bring them all the way up, all the way back. You might need to just bend the elbows if you've got. You might need to synchronize with your neighbor, bending the elbows if you want to. Taking your mind off the fact that you're still working your core, maybe even peel your nose up slightly now. And then interlace the fingers, bring the thumbs gently into the neck. You still might have the nose peeled up a little bit. And then we're going to go right elbow or right shoulder, so that side, to the left as we drop the right leg. So we now go opposite, across. So it's a little kind of side crunch here, yoga style, slow. Slow. We don't need to keep the gaze up to the sky. A little bit of a core just firing up there, hopefully. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees into the chest. Take a moment here. And then we're going to take a little supine twist. What we're going to do though, is we're going to still keep those shins towards the sky and watch your back here. We're going to hold the supine twist. So we're dropping it and then lifting it. So it's controlled. So you don't have to go into full twist. You're using your hands as stabilizers, either side. Concentration in the room. And then gently, wherever you are, take a little rock and roll up and down the mat and just release. Maybe into a twist, coming up gently into a twist, one way and the other. And if you need to do more rock and rolls, just take a bit of a moment. And then all the way back to the mat into stacked back position. And this is where I've just set myself up to fail. So I'm going to put the blocks to the back. So if you've got something to the sides, you should be all right there with the camera. We're going to come into stacked back position. Tuck the toes, inhale, exhale to hovering cat. So just lifting the knees, keep the gaze all the way down. Keep this holding. Knees down, forearms down, into forearm plank. Push up into plank. Forearm plank. So your forearms can be parallel or you can use the hands gripped together and then walk the feet up into dolphin. So you're pushing into, that's it, pushing into the forearms. The head isn't touching the mat. And then walk all the way back to forearm plank. Bring the knees back underneath you, walk the hands back. Tuck the toes, hovering cat. Did I say there was a core theme tonight? And then all the way back. Just give yourself a moment. If you've got water, just take a moment, a layer. Movement if you need. And where are we going next? I knew where we're going. Yes, so we're going to just do a little bit with the hips. So what we're going to do, we're going to come back into this stack back and we're going to extend the leg long, probably a right leg long. And then if you're near someone, then you're not going to smack them with your leg. And then we're going to slide. We're going to inhale, lift. And then pushing through, turning the foot, the heel, we're going to hover out to the side. If you need to bend the knee, you can bend the knee. Hovering back all the way up. Okay, a little bit of control here. So hover with the heel, forwards. And then a little bit of the hip flexors here. I'm going to do this 3 times on one side. And then I'm going to show you a little challenge you can do at home. All the way back. Take a little moment back and forward. So my foot is engaged with the yoga mat at the back. Kneels underneath me, extend the opposite side out. Sorry, I should have started with that side at home so you could see. So I'm going to push through the heel, comes forwards, all the way back, and it hovers. All the way forwards, all the way back. All the way forwards. So it's warming up here, all the way back. Sneak in a little hovering cat. Remember, you can always come to the front of your feet in hovering cat if you wish. And then again, we're going to come to seated. It's a low practice tonight, but it wasn't intended. So, but I have got a standing flow as well. So what we need is something in front of you or something imaginary. Okay. So if you want to borrow a block, there we are. There we are. So a block or just an imaginary block, doesn't matter. So water bottle or a trainer, Christian, is absolutely fine in the middle of your mat. Yep, you're going to have a challenge there, but that's fine because you're young and fit. So this is great for the hip flexors. So if you've got any issues with the hips, just go gentle to start with, all right? Just don't go off at a pace on this one. So we're going to start with the block. You can start with it low if you want to. And what we're going to do, we're going to press the backs of the legs in. So we're kind of like a Dandasana here. And we're just going to pull the toes towards us, gently support, and then we're going to lift up and over. Gently lift up and over. Okay, really pull those toes towards you. You're pushing through the heel. Can you feel that starting to just, no? Is it easy? Try the other. Is it easy? Doing it too quick? Up and over. Let's do 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If it's easy, make it harder. Block on its side. Let's go a bit higher. Well, Joe, no one else was saying it was, so I know they couldn't at home, but in the room, it looked like you were just managing it so well. So we can do opposites. It kind of easy peasy now. So you can go 1, 2, over. It's really good for the hip flexors, this. So you know that one where we come into a one-legged mountain and then we push our foot out. This is how you get that foot to lift higher, as you practice like this. Now make it harder. No injuries, please. So if you've just gone, that was enough for me. Let's see if you can. 1, let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, nearly there, 1. Right, there we are. It's brilliant. I can see these feet at home doing this on the screen. And the other side. So give yourself a shuggle. Off we go. 5, 4, 3, speeding up doesn't make it go quicker because I can count. 2, 1. Ooh, if you want to come into butterfly, you're very welcome to, or you can just take a moment with the legs, lifting up through the spine, whatever suits, maybe a little stretch. And we're going to come up to standing. Take some water if you need. And you might wish to shuggle out because you'll probably now feel like the core has just done something and your hips have now just done something. So take a bit of a, and we're going to play. Doesn't time fly when you're having fun? Take a little hip circle if you want to. So just old-fashioned hip circles, love them. You can even bring the feet underneath you and you can just take a little knee circle as well. We did this quite a lot in our kind of getting in our yoga, yes, last year. And come to the top of your mat. Hopefully feeling like you've done a fair amount already. Come into mountain. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, fold all the way through the midline. Inhale, flat back, hands wherever is comfy, and then sweep all the way in and lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Lift all the way, nice big sweep all the way up. Hands to the heart. Right hand side, we're going to work now. Okay. If you have a yoga block, then this might be quite handy for balance. So I'm going to put it on the left hand side. Just there. Okay. Right leg's going to come up. Inhale, lift. One-legged mountain. Oh, I can feel that hip flexor. Exhale, push the leg forward. How high have you managed to get your leg? Ooh, remember, wobbling is good. Inhale, lift. And we're going to step all the way to high lunge. Hands forwards. Inhale, lift. high lunge crescent moon. Drop the back knee just for a little dip here. And we're going to open to warrior two. Excellent. Inhale in warrior two. And on the exhale, just really draw the core and the glutes in. So really tighten everything in. Relax the shoulders though. That's it. We're going to come to Trikonasana, to triangle. So we're going to press into the feet, allow ourselves to slide into Trikonasana. You can always bring that hand to the hip. That's so, Jill, bring your arm that way. That's it. So it's stacked above you. Now, a couple of choices here. Grab your block and we can step up into half moon, or you can face the mat and just do a little split. So I'm going to show you both. So from triangle, I'm facing the mat and I'm just lifting up into just a little one-legged balance here. Okay, so I'm facing the mat, but you might have a half moon practice. So stepping up, using the block and stepping into half moon. Maybe you hover in half moon with the hand hovering from the mat. Woohoo! Don't go backwards. Wobbling is good. And allow yourself just to play. Looking at the screen there, whoops. And from wherever you are, we're going to step all the way back into triangle. Okay, so we'll straighten the leg into triangle. Push through the knee, bend the knee, push through the feet, allow yourself to come to warrior two. Inhale, lift and exhale, so lift the core and really draw that core in. That's it. I'm seeing straighter alignment when we draw those glutes and that core in. We're going to vinyasa, turn towards the mat. Swap the blocks over while you're there. Take a little plank. Maybe you hover in chaturanga. Maybe you come all the way to the mat, into up dog, wherever you want to be. Meeting in downward facing dog. Not done so many of those today. Allow yourself just a moment here in downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look forward to the mat, to the top of the mat, into forward fold. Inhale, flat back. As we exhale, we sweep all the way back up. All the way, hands to the heart. Allow yourself just a moment. Other side, we're going to work now. So just feel the feet connecting. Relax the shoulders. Inhale, lift all the way up. So just lifting at the moment. However you want to come all the way down to a fold. So I'm bending my knees and then I'm lifting my hips to the sky. Inhale, flat back. I'm coming to airplane arms just because that's my choice at the moment. I quite like it. And then all the way, lift all the way up. Hands to the heart. The next time we do, we're going to work with our right foot, just connecting with the mat. Inhale, lift, one-legged mountain. Exhale, we're going to push that foot all the way forwards. Well done. Inhale, lift to the sky. And the hands are going to come forwards, which allows us just to pivot a little at the hips and step into high lunge. As we then lift the arms, drop the back knee just gently. So we've got a high lunge variation going on here. Excellent. Now we're going to push and open that back hip into warrior two. Really release the toes if you're grabbing the mat. Relax the shoulders. So Gary, relax. That's it. Excellent. And what we're going to do, we're going to inhale and we're going to tuck and draw our glutes in as much as we can without lifting our shoulders up again. That's it. And really draw the core in. Let's add a little bit to this. Now let's push our heels towards each other. Can you feel something move there? Yeah, excellent. Relax a little bit. We're going to come into Trikonasana. So just push through that front leg. Allow yourself to come, brilliant, all the way. Soften the front knee if you need to. It's perfectly fine to bend that knee. Now you could turn towards to frame that front foot and take a little balance, or you might grab the block, bend into that front leg, which allows you to scoot the back leg up and come into, so your block probably needs to be a bit away from the foot, allows you to come into little half moon. That's it. Push through the heel so the toes point forwards and the gaze is out to the side wall once you're in half moon. Andy, just bring your wrist in line so your right hand is just back on itself, Andy. You're doing brilliantly, but you can just see that that wrist just needs to flick forwards a bit. Sorry, your left hand. Oh, that's me. That's it. So push it towards Gary's wall. I'm going to come over. No. That's it. There we are. That's all right. And then all the way down, come and frame the foot. And then allow yourself to sweep into Trikonasana. We're not there yet. Push through into Warrior Two. It's lucky I don't collect addresses, otherwise it'd be knock, he made us stay in whatever half moon. Into Warrior Two. Push those feet towards each other, the heels towards each other. And then we're going to frame, we're going to turn the foot all the way into plank. Take a moment in plank, don't rush it. Enjoy. You can always bring knees down if you wish. Maybe a little push-up dip here. If the shoulders allow, you don't have to. Maybe 3. And then chaturanga or down all the way to cobra. Wherever you want to be, just take your time. And then meeting in child's pose, so tuck the toes, push the hips all the way. If you find child's pose uncomfy, you can always pop a blanket just in front of the thigh and the belly, and it just lifts you up a bit. Just allow yourself to sink and take a moment here. Push all the way up. Just allow the shoulders back. We're going, if you've got a blanket for the knees, you can always pop a blanket just underneath the knees to soften. We're coming up into just a baby camel pose. So keep the knees in line with the hips and the heels in line with the knees. What we're going to do is we're just going to pull the glutes in. Yay! My favorite muscle at the moment. Really pull those glutes in. And then I want you just to lean back a little bit. Then open the chest and hover. And open the chest so that you're opening the chest and there's no pressure on that lower back. Really keep those glutes really, really tight. You might find your heels, you might not. But that doesn't matter. Leaning right back. Ooh, I can feel that shake. All the way, we're going to come into a little snail pose. It's like it looks. Tuck the head down and just take a moment with the back of the hands on the mat. So it's kind of like a child's pose, but not with the hips down. We've got the top of the head engaged with the back. And then sink the hips all the way down. Bring the hands forward. You arrive in little child's pose, Balasana. You may even wish to bring the hands to connect with the feet. Take a breath here. Lift all the way up. We're coming down to the mat. So just untuck legs and then draw yourself all the way. So you've got plenty of space to roll back. And then allow yourself to roll really slowly. Allow yourself all the way down and just allow the back to connect with the mat. Maybe the knees come together, maybe the feet are either side of the mat, and just take a moment. Allow yourself a moment with the inhale and the exhale. Maybe you drop the knees, maybe this is just a quiet resting pose. Depends where you want to be. Just taking a little time. And then we're going to bring the feet in line with the body, knees in line with the hip points, hands, little stabilizers, and just draw yourself, pulling those glutes in into a bridge. Push through the hips, space between the chin and the chest. Push into the arms, feel that connection with the mat, and then you lift slightly. All the way back down to the mat, one knee and then the other into the body. Take a moment. And maybe you just allow yourself to stretch out long. Maybe you come into that constructive rest pose. Wherever you are, just take a moment. Allow the breath just to rise and fall. And then very slowly, just turning onto your side, allowing yourself to come up to seated when you are ready. Inhale, lifting gently, arms to the sky. Cross to the left-hand side, just catching the back of the knee into a twist. Keeping that lengthened spine. Inhale, lift to the sky. Exhale across to the opposite side. All the way back to center. Take the arms out in front of you. Give yourself a nice big hug. And well done. Thank you very much. Lovely to see folk at home as well. And we're yin if anyone's stopping. I'm going to stop the recording and then restart it. So that's a brave thing to do. I know, probably forget, but I won't. There we are.